I would say any kind of mature bull is typically going to stay just back far enough. Like if you can see there, assume that he can see that
I
opening where
mean,
that sound came from. And if he doesn't feel comfortable, he's staying back.
I mean, the collar could be like over there. So then you wouldn't have this shooting lane or this shooting lane for the bull to see. So you think he would keep coming? Like, do you think he would close the distance?
I think that this opening right here with the new pines is going to make him nervous. So
Why would that?
I would be in here. Well, it's opening. And so he's thinking like, if you're over here, would he really want to come across this opening, even if he believed it, even if he had to?
Well, not across the opening, but if the collar was there.
I know, but that's what you're asking him to do if you're over there, right?
Yeah.
Eventually, you're asking him to come where you are.
Mm-hmm.
And so if he has to cross something that he's not comfortable with, he's not going to cross it.
Right.
And I think an opening is enough to, in this country, these public pressured bulls, he's not going to want to cross the opening, in my opinion. I would set up on this side. Plus, you're still talking about trying to maintain visual connection.
But put the collar on this side.
Yeah, for sure.
So put the collar. Okay, so he doesn't have to feel like he has to cross an opening to get to the collar.
100%.
Got it.
You want to minimize friction, right? You want to make it as easy and believable for him as possible. Where is another elk going to stand right now? So in my experience walking up here, and this isn't something that you would know, but I've never heard that one bugle from this side, from these new pines right here when we're coming up here in the morning. When we're coming up here in the morning, if they're talking, they're up here in the jungle somewhere. And so for it to be believable for him, I would think that the other elk would be up here in the jungle as well.
So it'd almost be like, don't ask the bull.
It wouldn't be natural for him to do.
To have to cross to get to the collar.
Yeah.
Not to expose himself.
Whenever possible, I think public pressured bulls are going to stay hidden as much as possible.
Well, I guess in yesterday's scenario, we were talking about camp being an opening, but then having the collar on the side that is where we get the firewood, and the bull's on the thicker side where the road is. Then you would think that maybe the collar could be across the gap.
100%.
Because he could then come up and kind of traverse.
Absolutely.
10 yards and looking across.
100%. And that's why I tried not to talk about these kinds of scenarios yesterday, right? Because it's just not realistic. Yeah. But, definitely not going to try to call him across an opening, which I did in the beginning. That's like me sitting on the edge of those willows and thinking that I'm going to call him out of the edge of that timber. Wasn't going to happen. He stayed in the timber. So this is the same kind of thing. You wouldn't set up over here because you're asking him to cross this natural corridor down. And then,
hey, if you hunt public land elk and you're tired of grinding through random seasons, I built the elk hunting series of ebooks for you. Most hunters don't struggle because they lack effort. They struggle because they lack a system. And that's exactly why I built the elk hunting ebook series as a complete progressive framework for Western elk hunters who are done guessing and ready to hunt with intention. Volume 1 is going to be Foundations and Reality. I reset your mindset and expose the assumptions that quietly wreck seasons. In Volume 2, Finding Elk and Understanding Pressure, you'll learn how elk actually move under pressure so you can anticipate instead of react. In Volume 3, Terrain, Wind, and Position, I break down how to use landscape and thermals to consistently create opportunities. In Volume 4, Calling, Silence, and Pressure, sound becomes a decision tool, not an impulse. In Volume 5, Bow Hunting Execution, we're talking about close range strategy so you can finish your encounters. And in Volume 6, Late Season and Post-Rut, we're talking about how elk shift after the rut and how to adapt when others quit. This is a system built for consistency. This isn't theory. It's a structured system to help you find elk, read country, and make confident decisions every season. Buy each volume individually or bundle them all to save 50% off at backboneunlimited.com.